Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Majin Buu Saga stage of the Red Zone Vegeta'S Story Edition and how you can beat this stage. Now, the Vegeta Story Edition Red Zones do feel harder than the standard Red Zones. Don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because Vegeta had a harder time. Well, when I say standard Red Zones, I mean the Goku edition. What it is, I think, when we look at, for example, Vegeta, maybe he had a harder time in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT and everything and Super. Maybe he just, had a tougher emotional turmoil than Goku. Maybe they just think he faced people that were harder at a given time. But almost all the bosses are harder hitting than the Goku one. Like, it starts out harder, is harder, the enemies hit harder, they're tankier. Not like double, but definitely a significant amount. Now, let's talk about this Majin Buu Saga one. So it's 4 phases. You have Pui Pui, very standard fight. Then you have Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel. Okay, cool, there's some interesting conditional stuff there. Majin Buu Good, also some interesting conditional stuff there, and then Buu Kid, who's kind of more a race against time in a way. For our team build, I went for a mainly, kind of like Earth Protecting Heroes, Majin Buu Saga style team. But I wanted to really change things up. I wanted to incorporate units like SS4 Goku GT. I wanted to include units like the AGL Goku, who's really, really cool. I wanted to, just run a very interesting team for me. And I wanted to do so under the, kind of guise of the LR Tech Vegeta. Because obviously LR Tech Vegeta, very, very good, of course. And, obviously wanting to run them. But for me, I did kind of want to run a couple units that I haven't really got to experience yet or use properly, or even just try out. So I went for Kamehameha as a team. I went for the Strength Gohan, obviously as lead. He was really cool. I haven't used him in a while. Obviously great unit from the Worldwide Celebration. Big time damage dealer, and really good for this event for a couple of reasons. Then the Tech Gogeta unit. I went with Int SS4 Goku alongside the AGL SS3. Then just threw in obviously the friend lead of Goku and Vegeta. And generally speaking, team ran pretty well. I think everything ran smoothly. There wasn't too many issues. Really quite straightforward. Lots of fun. So let's start with the Pui Pui. We just beat him, but 1.1 million supers. Nothing crazy. He's your introductory stage. He's your stage to kind of get to grips with the event, set up your rotations. Generally nothing too wild. Then we move to Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel, a 1.4 million super. He gets 50% attack and defense up when a character whose name Vegeta is present. So if he's facing a Vegeta character, this will include the Tech LR. So if the Tech LR is in Vegeta mode, this will increase his attack and defense. Then he also locks character switching, which can be quite frustrating. I know a lot of people don't like dealing with it. It can be quite annoying overall. And other than that, he's immune to stunning, sealing, attack down, defense down, which of course the remaining phases will also be. Then we move into Majin Buu Good at 2.2 million super, so definitely a big step up from Goku. He hits for about 800k, and he gets defense at 20% with each unarmed super attack received. So immediately, quite a big issue. Obviously, depending on how you build your team, maybe you have a lot of unarmed super attacks. Unarmed super attacks are the fist icon. So when you're selecting your characters and your units for the team, you'll notice next to their super attacks that they may have a little Kamehameha or a sword or something like that. In this situation, if you see the fist, that's what an unarmed super attack is. So that can be quite intense. And then yeah, you don't want to hit him with all those, but he recovers his HP. So you do need to bring some decent damage. Obviously, he's not ridiculously tanky, but he is still pretty tough. So what I would suggest is building around the concept of, maybe just having really strong key-based supers to kind of deal with everything. And then the final phase is against Kid Buu. So we have Kid Buu, obviously difficult in his own right. Where he's interesting, he does a 2 million super, which is technically less than Majin Buu, but his attack goes up by 10% with each turn passed. So his attack goes up by 10%, up to a total of 50% overall, which makes him quite difficult to deal with as the fight goes longer. However, his defense goes down by 10% with every turn that passes as well. On top of that, he can also stun you. So that isn't the most ideal situation. Obviously, his ability to stun you can really mitigate how much damage you get out of your rotation, especially if you're relying on your first slot unit to do damage, or even your second slot unit. The stunning is annoying, but it's mainly the most annoying when he stuns your unit in the first slot. Because what that means is he's basically going to prevent that unit from dealing damage. And that can be quite frustrating, because a lot of the times you're relying on your whole roster to do damage. Now, aside from that, there's not anything too crazy. So as long as you can deal with his scaling upwards, which does get pretty bad, he'll get to above 3 million and like 3 million in a super, and above 1.2 million or so in terms of normals. But it's not terrible. And because you've had so much time to kind of build up to here, I would say it's not so bad. But obviously your big hindrance is if he stuns you and causes you some difficulties by mitigating your damage, because he does have quite a fair chunk of health, 280 million. It's nothing comparative to some of the later red zone bosses, but yeah, very interesting. So overall, I would say definitely 100% super duper interesting fight. Lots of different little mechanics like Goku and his Vegeta mechanic, and Majin Buu and his unarmed mechanic, and obviously the stunning from Kid Buu and the progressive attack up, defense down. But overall, I think you should be fine. There's no special mission conditions for this stage like with the Goku one, so I think ultimately you should be okay. At least I think so on the surface level. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.